actually. And in Japanese, this is called Kibisu Gaeshi. Well, that's a mouthful, isn't it? But Kibisu Gaeshi. Kibisu is your heel, okay? Gaeshi means to throw in a reverse direction. You know, like throwing backwards is what it really means, you know, so you're rolling them backwards. And there are a lot of ways, it's basically an ankle pick, okay, that's a good way to put it. There are a lot of ways to ankle pick a guy or heel pick a guy, and we're just going to show two of them here. So the first one, and one is you're grabbing on the inside of the foot, the other will be grabbing on the outside of his foot. You'll see what I mean when we do it here. So go ahead and tie him up. A lot of, like when we started like a Kuchiki Daoshi, dead tree drop, or Cuban leg grab, we're going to start with this grip. And so this is the grip we're starting. You turn around here so everybody can see that. See the grip Derek's got here? He's just got a nice back grip on the near side of Eric, and he's really trapping down with his elbow. That's a key element here, because he's going to use that arm to really steer Eric down. Okay. Now you notice he's leading with his foot, like a little outside stance here. All right. He's going to eventually drop to the outside. When he does that, he's going to just pick the ankle very low, take him right down. And you notice, key thing to remember here, when he pulled him up, he pulled him right to his far hip and put him right down in front of him. Because he wants him right in front of him, because guess what? He's in a perfect position, like we were doing Sambo or submission grappling, Jiu-Jitsu, Shingitai. He can go right into a straight ankle lock from there. And there's the submission. So it's a great throw, and it's a fantastic transition from standing to ground. So use it for both. Okay, so let's look at this again. Let's parse it out. Turn around so they get the side. Yes. Can everybody see this pretty good here? Everybody see this well? All right. This grip. Now again, there are a lot of ways you can do a 2-on-1 tie-up or whatever. We're just getting. Yeah, you can do that. But we're just getting a standard grip. He's got a back grip here, and he's got kind of a low sleeve grip here. Did everybody see that? All right. And he's leading with his right foot, and he's going to be dropping, and when he drop steps out, he's going to step the outside. Now, look what he does is his head is driving right in to Eric's chest and torso. Just like when he was doing a Kuchiki Taoshi dead tree drop or a Cuban leg grab type thing, an Ashidori leg grab. That's essential there, because that's going to help just wheel him right over. Now, as he drops low, he's going to grab the ankle very, very low here, as low as he can to the ground. He's actually going to just scrape the ground with his fingers, and he's just going to lift them and just take it and step right into him. Now the finish was, did you see how Derek stepped into him as he finished? Because that puts him in a really good position to sit back and go for the leg submission. Okay. Now if you were just doing this in Judo, you just throw him clean, and you'd have a nice position to throw him, get past his leg and pin him or something. But in Jiu-Jitsu or Sambo, we can really go right into a nice submission. So that's what we're looking for here right now too, okay? So it has a dual purpose again. It's a throw and a transition. So let's look at it again. And I can't stress enough, guys, don't just knock him down. You want to, when you take him down, when you throw him, can we do that again? When you throw him, when you step in, see how he lifts and he literally pulls. He basically straightens Eric's knee when he does. Can you do that slow? Sure. And probably just turn around there where you can see there. So you can see when he, watch how he pulls that leg up and to him. See like that? Right up here, way up here past his opposite hip. Right into his armpit, actually. The better he does that, the better control he has over his opponent.
At the least, it should be on your hip. At the best, it should be on your armpit.
Absolutely, because it sinks it right in where you want it to be for the ankle submission. Okay, one more time, and then we'll let you guys practice. And again, we do Jiu-Jitsu and Sambo here as well, so we're going to be following through. I would like you guys to go and follow with a nice straight ankle lock from there. But if you were doing this in Judo, just do it Judo-wise, where you don't even go for the ankle submission. Yeah, there you go right past him. So whatever rules of the sport you're fighting, or it could be your preference is to get past his legs and pin it. That's cool too. So that is Kibisu Gaeshi. And again, it's harder to learn the name than it is the technique. But it's an ankle pick, it's a heel pick. And we're working on one variation of it here, then we're going to do another one in a minute. So let's practice that, guys. Okay? Let's go get it. 1, 2, 3, go. So watch. When we when we do this, when we come into this, when Derek enters the move, he wants to lower his level with his legs. Don't bend at the waist. That's a key point here. So if he bends at the waist, he's losing all his strength and power. He can't really generate any force to do it.
And I'm going to tweak my shoulder while I'm doing that, because remember, your arm is up there, right?
Yeah, that's not going to work. Now also, by lowering his level, he can also use his elbow to trap Eric's body in here. So when come on the outside here, so to turn that over. So you can see how when he drops in, see how he lowers the level of his feet and legs, I should say, and that helps him. His head is in the right position. Look how he's trapping down here. And he's going to bam. Okay. Now in all ankle picks, heel picks like this, there's a high and a low element. You want a high grip, you want a low grip. Your low grip is always as close as you can to the ground at his ankle or his leg. And the high grip is up here. So let's look at this again. And again, lower your levels with your legs and watch this high and low element here. See, his high element is up here. He's controlling high up on his opponent's body here. He's controlling low on his opponent's body down there. And you always have that good ankle picks or heel picks. Like that. And it's a pendulum, is really what it is. So the lower you drop your level with your legs, the more power you generate into the throw. Yeah?
Could you explain a little bit more about what's going on with the head? I just kind of picture myself doing that.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. We're going to drive into his torso, into his chest area. Turn around, he's going to drive pretty much the side of his head right into his pectoral region here. That's a good question. It's a good comment. So when you drop and you drop lower, see now he's using his head as basically like my old coach Renee Pomerel. That's your third arm, right?
But notice I didn't lead with it. So if I lead with my head, that's when it
that's when you whack it.
Okay. Lead with your leg, because you're basically doing a lunge. And now my head didn't really bend anywhere, but it's still making contact. Okay?
Okay.
That will allow you to get underneath.
That's a good question. It's a good comment, because if you, like you said, if you lead with that lunge step, your head's going to be in perfect position to drive and use it to help tilt them. You know, just use it like a weapon. Use it like another arm. Keep one more time, just to
shoulder and torso should make contact before your head does. Okay? Boom. Bang. Okay? If your head makes contact first, again, you're leading with your head and you're bending over too much.
And you can see how this is quite similar to like an ashidori leg grab, single leg grab, or what they call a kuchiki now in judo, is you grab using the Cuban leg, just grab. You can see how this is so similar to grab higher up around the knee, just above the knee, you catch him with a nice Cuban leg grab, as we call it here, you know, but it's kuchiki daoshi, dead tree drop. But this is lower your levels, okay? All right, let's finish out this and we'll come back to one more application. We're going to do a different Kibisu Gaeshi, heel, basically heel reverse direction throw, ankle pick, heel pick. And we're going to do it on a nice movement path. Okay, now you can grab standard kumikata, that's cool if you want to do that. But I like to, if I can do this, I'm going to grab on the same side. I'm going to be attacking this ankle, this foot here. So I like to do everything, load up everything on this side to really control it even better. Okay? And so I'll have a lot more strength in this area here. So what I'm going to do is, so I've got my grip here, I've got my grip here, and I'm just going to be moving Derek about in a taisabaki, a circle movement pattern here, and I'm just going to move him about like this, okay? So we'll come around here, and when I come around and move him about here like this, I'm going to set here, and I'm going to drop low, and I'm going to ankle pick there. And it's going to be a high-low situation, and take him right down. So watch when he does this, the movement helps throw him. Right in there, see how he walks right into him? So the movement, his taisabaki movement, his bi-circling movement, is the thing that helps throw your opponent. Okay, so you step him around here, and then you drop, and you notice what he did just like in the other variation of the throw? He pulled that ankle right up to his hip as high as he could, even to his armpit if he can. And he walked right into him. So he wants him, now he might not fall directly in front of him like he did on the other throw, but he's still controlling all the way down by controlling that ankle all the way down. When you do this, this is high and low action here, you're controlling that ankle. Just don't just grab it and let go. You literally steer him down with his own ankle, and you're controlling with this whole appendage. So that's how this throw really does work quite well. Okay, do it one more time. So again, see, we're staying the same side grip. We're just moving around a circle, back step, and he drops low. And you notice when Derek stepped him about, he didn't turn around all the way. He kind of turned him into him, so he was leading with his hip. Now watch how he turned him. See how his position is here? He put Eric in the position where he wants him. He's going to lower his level. He's going to drop step and hit. Come right in. And again, he didn't bend over at the waist. He bent at the knees. Question?
The thing where you said you noticed that Derek didn't do this, could we see what Derek didn't do?
Okay.
For comparison?
He didn't let go.
Yeah.
Exactly. He let go. Yeah. He didn't just let go of the guy. You know, he followed him through. He carried him all the way through. So when he pulled his ankle or his heel, he brought it right up to his body. In fact, that was a good one there because he pulled it right into where he wanted it, right in the inside of his armpit, and that sets him up then for a nice straight ankle lock.
So same principles that you're always trying to apply for lower body submissions, or honestly, we do the same thing with the elbow. It's just more important with the lower body submissions because you've literally got a tiger by the tail. He's going to be able to yank that ankle out pretty quickly. So as you get it, you're always scooping up into the armpit so you can get control of it. And then you can sit into, ashigarami. You can slide around to the knee bar with the foot behind the shoulder. You got options.
Wedged him in tightly. Even if you're just doing this in judo where you can't do leg submissions, you've thrown him cleanly. You've really tossed him by controlling that ankle all the way down. See, there you go. So that's how you can do this, okay? Question?
No, he thought he was a Rosari.
Oh, I thought it was a 4-pointer in freestyle judo. He's a referee, you should know that. All right, let's look at that again. Now look at the Tai Sabaki action. He moves him about. See, Derek stepped back. He did a backward step on the Tai Sabaki. Basically pulled him into his hip. And watch the movement here. And then one step's all he needs. He lowers his level at this point. Did you notice the high and the low? Just the last point here. When he dropped, his hand, Derek's right hand, his power hand here, his surite, was right across this shoulder. And that helped the high and the low section.
Don't push. Use it like a bumper. You collapse in and use that forearm to knock the guy.
Yeah, you don't want to extend him with your arm.
The door?
Yes.
Not good. Show that again. Show how he finishes with that hands, with the hands.
Okay.
Watch how he steps.
This way. Okay. So again, boom. Set your forearm in there. Okay. Like Eric said, you're pounding on somebody's door. You're not knocking on it. So your arm is like this, right? Set your forearm in onto his pec and lower it. Then right when you feel him going back, you can let go of the lapel. Normally, when I feel that ankle in my armpit, that's when I know I can let go. If I'm just doing the throw, when he's got horizontal, you can let go. Okay?
So we got that high and low action. Lower your levels with your legs. Just it's nice. It's really a classic heel pick, ankle pick. And again, we did it by grabbing the outside of his ankle as opposed to the inside of his ankle. So there are a lot of different ankle picks, heel picks, guys. These are just a couple. There's so many of them. And they're a lot of fun to do. They're very skillful. So let's work at this. Let's go get them.